It'll stay.
Good evening, Super League fans worldwide. Forgive the laughing that you'll see as we go along. The managers have had one too many celebrating their Tier 2 acceptance, generally speaking. And I think we're in for a good preview show this week. We are joined by table topper PR Grieve. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, mate.
The man of the 3-0s this week, Hodgie's here.
Good evening, guys.
Scott Sadler is in the house after his, should we call it a not overly entertaining 1-1 draw midweek?
Even though a point.
We've got the man keeping my bottom of the table spot warm for me. Jens is in the house. Good evening, sir.
Evening.
And Steve Wright joins us as well. Good evening, pal.
Good evening, all. Evening.
We're hoping to be joined by Haggis boss Ian as well, but it turns out he managed to get particular dating sites on his phone quicker than he could get conference calling apps on his phone. So, I'm sure he'll join us in a little bit. Lads, let's start. Last week we went top to bottom, so we'll go bottom to top in the league. Jens, we'll come to you straight off the bat. 0 points still, a 3-2 defeat last weekend to Dragons, and then a complete write-off game as you lost 5-2 midweek. Is it getting to you yet, 4 games in and no points, or are you still confident of turning it round?
I'll tell you what, it's good that we didn't have this show after the games on Wednesday. It was fucking going mental. It was a horrible game. I mean, I'm testing my team throughout the week, and we do well every time, but we play in the Premier League, and it's not the same. And I think I went a little bit in the trap. It's actually the same trap as Thiago, because I joined Thiago's team last year, and we played that narrow formation, and it didn't go well. Thiago is a stubborn bastard, so there's no point in trying to change his mind. And then I went in and went for the same thing in the transfer window to play the narrow formation, and obviously didn't work out. So I have to go, I think, 10 to 12 years back to try and find my old, more wide formations to see if that works better.
Well, obviously we all wish you luck. It's not nice. I know better than anyone what winless runs are like, and it's not nice to be rock bottom while everyone else is picking up points. So obviously we wish you luck to turn it round as quickly as you can. Just above you on 2 points is Out Astaside, a team that I suggested could be strugglers. They got a decent draw with Gazelles midweek after losing to Locomotive Boston. Just above them on 3 points, Northern Burn, who suffered defeat to Dudley last weekend before drawing with us midweek. Again, I was quite disappointed on the balance of it to only get a point from, but taking the positives of being able to come from 2 down. And that's after, again, we were unlucky not to draw last weekend, I think, against Fulchester. Churchtown has possibly the surprise team down there, also on 4 points. They drew with Gazelles last weekend, which was a decent point on the face of it. But then they lost 3-2 to Haggis Hunters. Dragons just above us on 5 points. They've picked up 4 points so far this week, or this week just gone. So they're in decent form. Steve, then it comes to you. 4 games, 2 wins, 2 defeats. What's your view of the first 4 games?
2 wins away from home. To be fair, this when I put out little videos and what have you, to play 3 halves at home and be completely on top, not even score a goal in the slightest, just it worried me. So that's why I've just gone mad this week. It's probably going to backfire for Sunday night, but we just had to try and do something to get some bloody goals at home. It's just been, don't get me wrong, coming into the league, I'd have taken 2 wins out of 4 games without a shadow of a doubt. it just could have, in my opinion, could have been slightly more, especially that first week. But we'll see what happens this Sunday.
While we've been talking there, co-chairman Ryan's joined us. Evening, pal.
You right, mate? I'm in the Aldi. So,
We can see. Sporting a face mask and everything.
You got to get the beers in.
I'm getting a few beers in, yeah. And getting some breakfast stuff for tomorrow morning. I thought I'd just drop in and say hi. Hope everyone's well.
We're very well. Thank you for asking. We're just doing a quick review of the table before looking forward to the games. But I don't know if you've spotted it yet, pal. But two of our top managers are sporting specialist backgrounds at the moment. I don't know if you've spotted those.
I saw Scott's. I've not seen. Oh, yeah, I've seen Hodges. That's very nice. I like that one a lot.
Well, we'll quickly say that Gazelles, who although unbeaten with a win and 3 draws, they're not really putting in or getting the results that we expected from them yet. It's still early days, but that's the bottom sort of half of the table, if you like. And also joining us while we've been talking is the Haggis Hunters boss, Ian, who is sitting sixth at the minute. What do you think to the start of the season, and have you noticed two particular backgrounds from your fellow managers?
How you doing? A few technical difficulties. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me all right?
Mate, whoa. Are you underwater or something?
I'm just trying to set this thing up, mate. It's fucking... Can you hear me, aye?
Yeah, apparently it says your network bandwidth is low.
My fucking net, my Wi-Fi's fucking monthly.
I just cut him off, can't tell what he's saying.
Can't tell what he's saying when he's got 100% connection, let alone that.
Is that any better?
Yeah,
that's better.
That better, right? It was these fucking shitty fucking headphones.
Ian, it's always you with Wi-Fi issues.
As mate, it's fucking. I'm in the fucking third world, mate. It's fucking brutal. Fucking brutal. I like that background, Scott. It's lovely.
Have you seen Hodges?
I've not seen Hodges.
Do I need to speak? If I speak, will it pop up?
Oh, I see him. Aye, a prick. Nice. I can see my Wi-Fi cutting off here. I don't know if I'm going to last here, boys, to be honest with you.
Well, say what because you desperately wanted to appear this week, pal. So why don't we give you the floor to say what you want to say before it disappears?
I did. I actually forgot about it. Just feeling a bit attacked, really, by everybody. It's a bit unfair, I think. We're in the mix, but we just seem to be getting it tight for all angles. Grossly unfair. It's just a recurrent theme. We seem to be targeted. I don't know if it's an anti-Scottish thing or xenophobic or just nastiness. I don't know, but it's grossly unfair for a manager in my prestige and a club of this prestige.
And who is it? Because obviously we haven't done much by the way of media other than these shows at the moment. So who is it or how is it you feel you're being undervalued or attacked in your work?
It's just the managers. I mean, it's just that our transfer business was getting criticised. Our style of play, tactics, just general pettiness, to be honest with you. A couple of guys in particular, I'll not name any names, but you can see with the backgrounds there who I'm alluding to. A couple of the newbies have been a bit critical as well. It's just feeling generally attacked.
So we'll bring this in at this point then. Scott, I'll start with you. Do you feel like the dynamic duo or Ian, just Ian is being attacked, or do you think that they're just, a bit crybaby-ish, bit snowflake-ish?
Let's be honest, he just needs to man the fuck up, doesn't it? I mean, he fucking give it large all the way through pre-season, all the way through the transfer business. They've put together this world-beating squad, yet they've got fucking Marcelo Salas leading the line. He's signed about 17 DMCs and realised he can't fit them all in. He's had to copy half formation to get a tune out of his team, and now half them on the bench. So he just needs to man the fuck up, stop talking, and start focusing on what he's doing on training ground.
Hodgie, do you consider that there is a kind of Scottish Yorkshire hatred, or again, I offer it up to you, are the Scots just being a bit snowflakish?
It's not even Scots, is it? It's Scott. I mean, the other fella, he never really moans much, to be honest. No, it's not to do with Yorkshire and Scotland, or it ain't from me anyway. Just sort of what's, we heard last season, now, we're going to win it, we're better than everybody else, we're going to win it. And it doesn't happen. And it's just, when that's shoved that in your face all the time and it doesn't happen, it would probably be impolite not to have a little laugh at that. So I think that's all it is, really.
Do you accept that, Ian, or do you still feel like they're purposefully victimising you?
It's just excuses, mate. It's definite victimisation. But we're just going to roll with the punches, though. We've been utter mince. We take on the chin, mate. Aye. We've been utter mince this season as it stands. We've been not good at first gear, but we're right in the mix. So just a wee warning: when we click, we are going to roll, and I think we're going to fly this season when we get going. Marcelo Salas is going to fly as well.
Well, just to turn attentions away from the darling buds of May, just above Haggis are Fulchester and Leddersford, and Slough, all on 7 points as well, just with superior goal difference. So, Hodgie, will come to you, because 2 3-0 wins this week. Yeah, it's been decent for us. It's a funny one, because you don't really know how you stand, We drew his first game, 1-1, which I was pretty disappointed with dropping points at home. But now, 4 games in, I look back at that, and team, Greaves is top at league, so you think, well, actually, that was a pretty decent point. Gazelles were bad, we just got smashed there. Changed the formation. Didn't really change the personnel, to be fair, just dropped a centre-half out, put another AMC in, and just jiggled people about a little bit, and it's worked. But I could sit here like some managers do and say, "Oh, when we do this, a lot of it's fucking luck, mate." I'm not gonna lie to you. I picked a formation and it's happened to work well, and it's over to you guys now to try and find something to counter it. And I'm sure once you do, I'll be fucking scratching my head again, won't I? Because that's how it goes in this league. You don't get these runs very long, and on Sunday yourself, you'll have something up your sleeve to try and thwart us. Well, let's just pop into Waitrose and see what Ryan's picking up at the moment, and ask him obviously about Sloth's. He had the manager and, would you call it assistant manager or prisoner in the show midweek, and they got a massive result against Yen boys, but they were down to 10 men. What have you made of the Sloth duo for Ryan?
I don't think it's much of a duo. I think Palmer's just there as a bit of a kind of a showpiece, really. I don't think he's being listened to that much. To be honest, I tuned in tonight. Obviously, I was going to watch the show back, but I thought I'd tune in live, and I was expecting some kind of box office from Mr. Campbell. I expected him to come out all guns blazing, and he's coming like a bit of a damp funnel, hasn't he? Saying, "Oh, it's the same old script, isn't it? Like, why everyone's picking on me, everyone's picking at me." I thought he was going to tell a few truths tonight, but as usual, he's let everyone down.
Ian?
I was just trying to be polite. I was just getting over my technical issues. I didn't want to go be too nasty, to be honest with you. But I'm just mesmerised with Ryan's shopping, to be honest with you. I'm just fucking. I can't believe he shops on Waitrose as well, man. Fucking unreal.
This is the Aldi.
Fucking mental. No, I'm just. Is it Aldi? Is it?
This is the Aldi, yeah, not Waitrose.
Aldi, all right.
You need to get a bit of this in your Ryan.
No chainsaws. Love a bit of Aldi.
Before Ryan used to shop at Aldi before he was picking up the chairman's checks, and now he's strictly Waitrose all the time.
Marks and Spencer.
Scott, let's come to you. Joint top of the league, but lost a little bit of momentum this week with 2 draws.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've not won a game this week, but we've also not lost a game. We've got 8 points. We're unbeaten after 4. We've only conceded 2 goals. We've set up to make ourselves hard to beat. Changed the system up against Boston just because there was a little bit of banter going on Twitter, and I thought, fuck it, why not? I don't think it made a great deal of difference, to be honest. I think that the way that they've started and the way that his front three have clicked, he was always going to score. I didn't think I was going to stop him scoring, even if we played the system that we started the season with. So we've come away with a 1-1 draw. Let's be honest, we were second best. We're happy to come away with a draw. We didn't play well. And you know what? If you're not playing well and you're not getting beat, then you're doing all right. So, yeah, I'm happy with where we're at in terms of points on the board. Still a way to go in terms of performance. I'm not too happy that we're not scoring a lot of goals. It's good that we've made ourselves hard to beat and we're not conceding many, but a couple of the big players that are brought in have not started clicking yet, so that's a little bit of a concern. But look, in an ideal world, we'll continue to make ourselves hard to beat. Our attacking players will click a little bit more, score a few more goals, and we'll go from strength to strength.
And then we come to the man who's been waiting the longest to talk. He's been waiting very patiently, drinking his... I didn't quite catch what was on the label. Mr. Greaves, top of the league, the best start for one of the new managers. You must be absolutely delighted. And another 4 points this week.
Yeah, I'm getting nosebleeds after the predictions for the start of the season. So I'm feeling dizzy. But I'm happy with the way I've been playing. I don't think my team's fully clicked yet. I'm gutted that I didn't manage to put it away in the second half. And Barthez, who's been amazing for the past few games, let me down with conceding through one of only 2 shots on target, but he still got a 7, which I don't know how. Because any other one would get a 5 for that. But he's quite flamboyant, so I let him off.
Well, let's compare some of the ratings this week. Was it Kesman who did like nothing and got man of the match midweek in the most bizarre 8 anyone had ever seen?
It's confused me because I beat Alf as well the week before and Guardiola got man of the match. And I drew this week and the only player that played well on the boss doc got man of the match. So it's just, you never know how it's going to pull up sometimes. But I put my team out early. Ryan will tell you, I always stick my team in straight away because I get bored at work and I have early breaks. So as soon as I get my team sheet in, it's in and done. So there's no messing about. But I can see Fullerston's defence not being able to cope when they come here next week.
Well, on that note, let's take a quick look at Sunday's games, of which, unless Ryan and Martin have decided to kick me off, I get the pleasure of doing co-com. So don't worry, Ian, you'll get some love for a change because I always speak highly of your teams.
You do, mate. You do.
D, game 1, Dudley v Astor. How confident are you considering their form in the first 4 games?
It's not their form I'm concerned about, mate. It's my own form. The thing is, I've won the same amount of games as everybody else has won this season. Nobody's won any more games than we have. So, like I say, as Greaves has just smashed it out of the park for me. But I'm just annoyed with his own form. So I don't know how it's going to go. I've gone with an absolute ridiculous formation that I probably would never have played at this level if my last 2 home games hadn't gone the way they've gone. But I didn't feel like I had any choice. So yeah, Viduka's sat twiddling his thumbs on bench again. He obviously can't start again. But Alf's due a win. We know what this game's like as well, and that's what worries me a little bit.
Well, speaking of teams that are due a win, Jens, will bring you back in here because you've got the unenviable task of playing Gazelle. But as Steve just said, you're due a win.
Yeah, I mean, it's the most difficult game probably. If you said in the start of the season, what's the most difficult game you're going to play? It will probably be Gazelles away. But yeah, I mean, after Wednesday being fucking mad, horrible result, horrible tactic choice from us as well. It goes like this. I test my tactics and I get my hopes up. And then it get crashed again on the Sundays. But I mean, I still got confidence in my squad, and I know what we're playing. I've been looking a lot at the Gazelles games, and this Sunday we'll try to play a little bit more. We'll work our tactics a little bit more towards how the opposition plays, and hopefully it works out. We need to land a tactic now that works, and we need to get the points. We're desperate.
Absolutely, mate. And again, as someone who knows the situation you're in better than anyone, I can only wish.
Can I just add a thing, Fifey?
Yeah.
I just want to say, as a little bit of a defense for Ian, because I agree that he gets a lot of shit, and to be fair, I don't know if this is because I lost all my games and he doesn't feel any threat from me yet, but he's been a proper gentleman to the new Hulls manager.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Really has been.
Grooming is that. He just grooming you to start with.
Well, let's see if we beat him when we play them. Let's see how we go.
When he gets Van Nistelrooy in the transfer window, you'll know it's been.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jens, you're not on Tinder, are you?
Oh, mate. No, I'll never get the chance of that.
Well, let's bring Ian back in, because you're at home on Sunday to Bostock. Are you going in confident? Are you going in all guns blazing? Do you need to give your team a team talk?
We're totally confident being at home. As I say, we've been shit, to be honest with you, Fifey. We've been poor. We totally champed Steve in our first game. We got totally demolished by Leathersford. We've not got going, but we seem to have stumbled on this new formation. No playing our best players. Gone a bit more attacking than what I would like to. As a wee bit of the Roxy's influence. The guys like Petrov coming in, guys I didn't normally fancy, but that last game, the ratings, our keeper was the lowest rating with a 7, and it was the perfect team performance for me at home. So I think our home form's a bit. I'm going to fancy our home form over the course of the season more so than away, and I have to say it's going to be so sweet to get one over that fucking Yorkshire bastard Bostock. It really is. And I predict Salas to get a goal, and this is going to just kickstart our season.
Scott,
really
are you
is.
going to spoil the party, or is it just another game to you?
Listen, that's exactly what it is. It's just another game. I'm not naive enough to think that we can go and say we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to beat this team, we're going to beat that team, we're going to win the league. Because as everybody else knows in this league, it's difficult. Anybody can beat anybody on any given day. We've made a strong start. We made ourselves hard to beat. That's what we're going to do again this week. They're matching us up like for like in terms of formation. It's going to be a close game, let's be honest. If we sort of defend as well as we have over the last 4 games and we restrict them to a few chances and maybe 1 goal, then we'll have a chance. But it's going to be a close game.
I'm just going to throw it out there because obviously I've got the screen recording this as well. So I'm seeing how different people, because there's noise in the background, are popping up at times. And when you get to watch this back, you'll see just how much Ryan enjoys driving his car. He's got the biggest smile on his face. Greasy, you mentioned it briefly, but you're going into the game with full Chester in confident mood?
I am. My team's is clicking well. I've made a few changes like I always do. Effenberg's in fine form, even though no one rates him. He had Zidane's pants down this week, and hopefully he'll have Veron's down next, so he rolls again.
Ryan, I don't know if you can hear me or not clearly, but we've got 2 games where none of the managers are here. So if you just want to maybe offer a couple of thoughts on Northern Burn v Churchtown and Sloths v Dragons.
Northern Burn, Churchtown. Ian's had a really, really, really tough start, and I think, I'm not a fan. I love Kieran, but I'm not a fan of the Churchtown squad or his tactics so far this season. So I think it's potentially Ian's first chance to go and absolutely smash someone. So I do fancy Northern Burn. I've not looked at anyone's tactics yet, so I don't know what he's gone with. The other one is Sloths v Dragons. Both had good wins on Wednesday. Both will fancy it. It depends who's managing Dragons, really. I think Sloths are, they've got goals in them, but they're easily beatable. If Jamie's managing Dragons, I fancy Sloths. If Wood is in charge, then Dragons might do it.
And then, Hodgie, will come to you because the final game of the night, not just because I'm on comms, but because of alphabetical order, is me hosting you.
Yeah. I ain't got a great record against you, I don't think, have I, mate? You've done me a few times.
I think you're about the only team that I can kind of aim to get at least 2 points from a season.
Yeah. Like I say, it's just, I think our games can tend to, we've always sort of setting up, if it goes wrong, we'll get levered. If it goes well, we could have a chance of winning it by a couple of goals. I think it's important to remember that we're not playing the Swindon Devils of old, because we'd have steamrolled that team, I think, with where we're playing. You've got a far stronger squad now, and you're at home, so I'm installing you as favourites, and we're going to come.
I bet you are. But I can firmly say we will not. When I put the little predictor votes out tonight for tomorrow, there is not a hope in hell we will be favourites.
And it will. When Campbell gets on all his accounts and he's had eight Swindon Devils, he'll be all right.
From my perspective, without giving too much away, I know people are already suggesting that I'm bringing out the random tactics generator again, the mythical favourite of the Super League fraternity. I have made 2 changes to the 11, whether that means anything tactically. I don't think you can concede as many goals as we are without considering a change defensively, that's for sure. But I thought our performance against Northern Burn midweek, with the exception of what I thought were 2 unlucky goals to concede, was probably the best in terms of stats and stuff that we've had out of the 4. So it gave us a lot to think about. Obviously, as we know, Barry can't play defensive midfield, so he's most likely going to be there again. And yeah, obviously, right-footed Ronaldinho, who can only play on the left, is likely to be on the right again, because I don't ever do what people tell me to do. So, but no, I have made changes. I am concerned because you won both games 3-0, and we do concede goals. But I'm just hoping, unlike maybe against Burn midweek, if we get chances against you, which I'm hoping with the team we've got and the tactics I've put out, we'll maybe take some chances. It's time for maybe Mpenza to step up, Ronaldinho to step up, possibly Kuhl to step up, depending on who's in the team. But no, hopefully it'll be a good game, and I'm just hoping not to get battered, if I'm honest.
I think we've probably put in the worst team performance so far. I think us against Gazelles, I think we had 1 shot on target, got beat 3-0. So there's, that's how open the league is. I think we've maybe put in a couple of contenders for performance of the season, and so far, and we've definitely put in the worst performance of the season. That's another thing. Like, a bit off topic, what I say to Jens is, you look where he is and how he's doing, and that's not a typical bottom Super League team. Normally, somebody's at bottom and they're getting an hiding, and the team's a little bit weaker than everybody else's. So
I'm picking up on that. Obviously, we've all, excuse me, we've all praised Ryan and Martin for the job they did with the draft. I do feel the squads seem to be more equal, and I think the fact that, okay, yes, we're only 4 games in, there is only 8 points between top and bottom. You're seeing clustered as a team still on the same. It shows that it could be a very close, very exciting season. Listen, lads, the time's running out. I want to thank you for taking time out your Friday nights again. Always enjoyable having you on. I just want to give a shout out to all the other CM streams as well, because you look at the stuff Rox is doing, the Once First Team Football, the Games Golf that's been coming out. I think they're all raising their game so much. The content out there is epic at the minute and really enjoyable viewing. I'm trying to get as many of them as I can in. But with 2 minutes to go, I'll just go round and good luck, Greavesy. Good luck at the weekend, pal.
Hey, buddy.
Good luck to you as well, Scott and Ian.
Cheers, pal.
Thank you, Fife.
Jens, I've got everything crossed for you, pal.
Thanks, mate.
Steve, enjoy it, pal. It's a wild ride when you're in erratic form.
I'm at home. I need it.
I'm not sure if Ryan's still about or is his connection gone. It looks like he might be gone. Hodgie, you know I'm a big fan of yours, but I hope you get well and truly dicked at the weekend, pal.
cheers, mate. You too.
Night,
Stop
everyone.
really picking on me again. Fucking picking on me, these
See you on
bastards.
Sunday, mates.
Yeah, lads.
See you guys.
Hey,
I'll
see
see
you
you
later.
all on Sunday.
See you Sunday, lads.
Cheers, man.